What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Walker versus Hill, predictions, breakdown, guys. Before I get started, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to my Patreon account for all the face-off predictions, all the prop bets, prop parlays, and combination parlays. Also, you can donate to this channel to my PayPal account, which the link will be down below. Before I get started, though, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Kai Shepherd, who has been consistently donating. I mean, I really appreciate that, and he also leaves some motivation quotes also, to keep going. In this prediction game, nothing is definite. You have your ups and downs, you can't win all the time, but you just keep going, you keep putting in the energy, you keep doing the best you can, and then, you have your wins and you have your losses, right? So that's part of the game. So shout out to Kai Shepherd, and also shout out to the rest of my subscribers also who has been donating too. But Kai Shepherd is very consistently, and I really appreciate that, Kai. And we're gonna jump into this, and we're gonna keep, this ball rolling. I'm not gonna spend too long on this card here, guys. We're gonna fly through it. I may also do the Bellator, but the Bellator I may just make a quick video, maybe like 4 minutes. I'm just going to tell you, the winners, the guys I think or feel is going to win. So I'm just going to say like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. But I'm not going to go through any breakdown or too much breakdown on that card. All right, so it's going to be a quick thing if I'm going to put the Bellator up. All right, so first fight here, guys, we're going to look at is Mario Batista versus Jay Perrin. Couple of short notice here too. So Jay Perrin is a short notice. Alright, so Mario Batista here, guys. Mario Batista is going to be the quicker fighter here. He got very quick hands. He will look for the takedowns. He's a pretty well-rounded guy. I like what I see from him. But his hands are quick, and he's a sprinter. Comes forward, rushing in. But with Trevor Jones, he was doing that too much, and he got caught. His opponent here, Jay, he's coming after the Contender Series, and this is a short notice for Jay. Jay can get taken down. He will look for submissions. His striking is so-so. I feel Mario is a better striker here. Jay will also look for the takedowns, and he will look for takedowns from off his strikes, right? So he's just striking to go for the takedowns. For this fight here, though, guys, I'm liking Mario. I just feel, Mario is just a little bit more tested. A little more seasoned guy here. Like I said, Jay wasn't considered series and he lost it. I just feel Mario is a better fighter here, guys. So I'm going to go with Mario. I'm going to say Mario by decision. I'm not confident. So, with fights like this, man, even though I say I like what I see from Mario, but, still. He has wins over Miles Johns. He fought Corey Sanahan, was looking good until he got armbar. So, yeah, I'll go Mario for decision, guys. Next fight here. We have Jonathan Pearce versus Christine Rodriguez. Jonathan Pearce here is going to have the 5-inch of height. I feel Jonathan Pearce is a more seasoned guy here. More seasoned fighter. He will look to grind and push against the cage. He fights long, and he has decent scrambles on him, right? His opponent here, Christian Rodriguez, is undefeated. And Christian Rodriguez is a good prospect here, man. But like I said, I feel Pearce is the more seasoned guy here, the more experienced guy. But Rodriguez, C-Rod, or Chi-Rod, he's the more, he's a, like an upcoming prospect. He's a good prospect. And, he doesn't look bad in there, man. His boxing is not bad. He got good hands there. He seems pretty well-rounded. He stays on you. He will slow down in the later rounds, though, and he can get taken down. And against Pearce, man, Pearce is a seasoned fighter, man. He's a more experienced guy, is Pearce, man. So it's kind of hard to go pick C-Rod here. We got a one over Cortez here in the Contender Series, but man, I'm gonna go with Jonathan Pearce here. And I'm not saying that that C-Rod can't win. It's a possibility because he doesn't look bad. He's a good prospect, as I said. But I feel Pearce is more experienced, a more seasoned guy. So I'm gonna go with Jonathan Pearce here. I'm gonna say Jonathan Pearce by decision. And just overall, I feel Jonathan Pearce is just. I feel like he's a more well-rounded guy. He's a more skilled guy here. Rodriguez may have the better hands in a kind of way, But Pearce has just been there. You know, he has a couple of tough fights already, right? Especially against Joe Lozon, who's a veteran. Jacob Russell's, Amar Morales. So, you know, I have a couple of fights here. Peter Pettis. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Pearce by decision, guys. All right. Next fighter, we got Jesse Strader versus Chad Angler. Strader here is going to have the 6-inch of reach, which is friggin' massive. Am I right about that? Yep, we got a 6-inch of reach on him. Heavy-handed, but he's been knocked out 4 times though. If I'm right about that, handed 4 by knocked out, been knocked out. Actually, I could be wrong. I think he's been knocked out like 2 times here, guys. I could be wrong about that. Let's take a quick look here and see. I believe he may have 4 by knockout, and he's been knocked out twice. Jesse Strader is a very aggressive guy, kind of flat-footed, kind of walk forward in the pocket. Yeah, he's been knocked out twice, and he has 4 by knockout. Kind of walk forward, and you don't really move his head too well. Kind of flat-footed. He kind of has that early Justin Gaethje kind of vibe. But you know, if you look at Justin Gaethje, you know, he's moving around a little bit more. He's moving his head now. He's not just so square. This guy, Jesse Strader, is very straightforward, but he throws heavy though, right? His opponent here, Chad. I feel it's Jesse Strader. Look at that, Jesse Strader right there. Okay, remember he lost against Montel Jordan. He lost against Montel Jackson here. Remember that quick first round. He fought Mantel Jackson. He fought Mantel Jackson, and he fought Michael Jackson. Man, this guy's fighting all the Jacksons, man. Huh? He's fighting all the Jacksons, dude. Is that the Jackson 5, man? Mantel Jackson, Michael Jackson. Oh man. Oh gosh. All right, so yeah, yeah. So this guy here, Strider. You know, he's a heavy hitter. He comes forward, but IQ I feel is not that great, man. Against Chad, I feel Chad has a better IQ, but he's grown in his weakness. He's been submitted like 5 times actually, but I don't think Strader's going to be looking for any submission. I believe Strader has a little wrestling on him, but he's going to look to the strike, right? But from what I see from Chad, he has been working on not getting submitted. He hasn't been submitted in a long time. And I feel like Chad is just better IQ. Got a win over here on this guy here, Muon Goffos. I know I mispronounced that. Who he was supposed to lose against, and he won. And I felt he won that fight too. I just feel like Chad is more experienced. Is just more. I feel like he's more well-rounded because he can get submissions, but he can get submitted. I just feel like Strider's a very straightforward guy, you know. So just comes at you swinging. So I'm gonna go with Chad here, guys, and I'm gonna say Chad by KO TKO in the first round. Yep. All right. So next fight here, we have Diana Belbiţă versus Gloria Paula. Belbiţă here is a kickboxing background. She can get submitted. She's been submitted 4 times. Very aggressive but accurate with her strikes, right? Her opponent here, Paula can get taken down and can get worked on the ground from what I've seen. She has striking, man, but compared to Belbiţă, man, I feel Belbiţă is a better striker, man. I mean, I just feel with Paula, you know, she's kind of hittable. And I feel with Belbiţă, she's pretty accurate and her striking is better. So, I mean, and from what I see on the ground, I don't feel Paula ground game is that great, but then, you know, Diana's been submitted a lot more. So, this is a tough one here, guys. It's like a toss-up, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with Diana Belbiţă for the win here, but I'm not confident, man. I'm going to say Diana by decision, guys. All right? Next fight, we got Skelly versus Mark Strangle. I know I mispronounced that too. Skelly here kind of remind me of Darren Elkins a little bit. Kind of looks like Darren Elkins, and he kind of fights like Darren Elkins. You know, that kind of like herky-jerky kind of style he has there. But it's effective. It works for him, right? He's a pretty well-rounded guy, though. You know, he will fire the hands and fire the kicks, but his maintenance is wrestling and the submissions. He's actually durable. You know, got 3 inches of reach, 3 inches of height. He's going to have in this fight. And more of a wrestling base for him. His opponent here, Mark. Mark have all wins by submissions, man. That's it. All of his wins are by subs. His striking is kind of suspect, you know what I mean? He can get hurt, get flash knockdowns. It's just not technical striking, but he uses it to set up his takedowns because that's what he wants. He wants to submit you, 14 by submission, none by knockout, but he's been submitted twice. Oh man, this is a tough card, guys. I mean, Skelly is to me is a kind of a veteran, and I feel like Skelly is just more tested. If you look at this Mark and his fights, he fought Saeed and he got KO'd real quick in the first round. If you look at Mark wins, he's not really fighting anybody. You know, it's kind of hard to, you know, even though I have 18-3, but Skelly's been competing against, you know, guys that are going to push you. You know, even Jason Knight, Bobby Moffett, Jordan Griffin, Chris Gucciamacher, Darren Elkins, his twin, even Jamal's. You know, he just started Belbiţă, even though he lost to him, and he was in Bellator. Skelly is just more tested guy, he's more seasoned fighter, so it's hard to pick Mark. And I feel on the ground, I feel Skelly is a little more slick on the ground because of wrestling too, even though Mark has wrestling also. But I'm gonna go with Skelly. I'm gonna say Skelly by submission in the first round, but I'm not confident because Mark also has submissions, man. And what we saw from Skelly's fight against Bobby Moffett, he did get submitted, but it was overturned. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with Skelly by submission in first round. Not confident. Mark has like what 14 by submissions. Anything is possible in this game, man. All right, let's see. Next fight here, guys. We got Jessica Rose Clark versus Stephanie Egger. All right. Jessica Rose Clark. Something about Jessica Rose Clark. And she has a specific, I guess it must be her smile or her accent or her look, but kind of her, you know, she kind of have a thing about her that stands out. Can't really put my finger in it though, but yeah. So overall, she's not a, you know, all women are beautiful, but she's not a. She's actually not a she's actually a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's jump into this, guys. As I said, she has something about her that stands out a lot. Yeah, it could be her smile. So Clark here, Clark is pretty well rounded. Been working on her wrestling. Grown has gotten better. Had a resurgence, so she's been working a lot of wrestling now with DC. I believe Team Alpha Male. So she pushed more just her takedowns from what we can see from her last fight against Edwards, even against Sarah Alpar. So she doesn't look to really strike that much anymore, right? Her opponent here, Egger. Egger is a black belt in judo. So she would look for sweeps and throws, but depending on the opponent, she would struggle, she would struggle against them to get the throws, depending on the opponent, who she's fighting, right? Against Shona Young, she pulled it off. Tracy Cortez, she couldn't do it because Tracy Cortez have a strong wrestling base, right? She can get taken down though. Her striking is kind of loopy, chin kind of up in the air. Still working on it, but her thing is to go into the clinch and get the takedowns. She's gonna have the 4-inch of reach here, right? Well, I mean, this is a fight where it's a tough one to call because if she can get into the clinch and tie up and then look for the sweeps and throws with her judo, she could put Clark on her back. Like I said, Clark been working on her wrestling. Striking wise, she's kind of gonna have the 4-inch of reach. So, but the striking, this quicker person here is gonna be Clark. I feel with Stephanie, her strikes, her movement is kind of slow. But this one, man, is a tough one here, man. I could see Egger getting a win here, possibly even by a decision. So be careful with this one, guys. But I'm going to go with Clark, though. And I'm going to say Jessica Rose Clark by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. All right? Be careful because Edgar has the judo, the black belt in judo. And if she can tie up and kind of look for the sweeps and throws, but I say it depends on who she's fighting. She struggled to get those, those sweeps. It's not like a Ronda Rousey or the other chick there from Brazil. I don't remember her name, but there's a chick from Brazil that has a judo base too. And she's very good. Once she touches you, you're flying. You know, with Stephanie, when she touch you, she kind of look like she's thinking about what to do. So, but I'm going with Clark though. Clark by decision, guys. Not confident. Next fight here, guys. We got Gabriel Benitez versus David Onama. Against Gabriel Benitez here, his durability, he's not durable. He's well-rounded. I would say he's a veteran, seasoned guy. Will look to strike. Will also look to work the ground, but he's hittable and can get a lot of flash knockdowns, man. He's not a durable guy, man. You touch him and he goes down. His opponent here, Onama. Onama actually impressed me, man. What I saw from him against Mason Jones, he actually looked good, and it was a short notice for him. Now he's moving back down to back down to 145. He's a pretty good prospect here, man, and he's pretty well rounded. His skill, got a 3-inch of reach over Benitez. But man, this is a tough one to come. I mean, going by experience, I would say Benitez have the experience, but the durability. And Onama is very durable, unless Benitez can submit this guy. That's a possibility with the experience. But what I see for Onama, man, he throws heavy and he's skilled. He can submit you. The guy is a good prospect. It's a tough one to call. But I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go with Onama for the win. I'm going to say Onama by first round KO, TKO, guys. But I'm not confident because Benitez is a more experienced guy here. But this durability. And what I see from him against Mason is very durable, man. And he was putting Mason down, knocking him down. If he touched Benitez, Benitez can go up, in my opinion. So I got Onama by first round KO, TKO, guys. Definitely not confident. Next fight here, we have Buckley versus Abdul Hassan. Buckley here is heavy-handed dude. Heavy feet too. But poor fight IQ though. Doesn't have the best fight IQ. Kind of rushes in sometimes, changes up. He's not too durable either. Been knocked out like 3 times, but he's going to have the 3-inch of reach on him, right? As I said, heavy-handed. You know, if he touches you, you could go down, right? His opponent here, Abdul. Abdul is heavy-handed too, but can get taken down and will gas out. But he's a more durable guy, in my opinion, and he's been working on not getting so tired. So we saw from his last fight, even though his last fight ended real quick, you know, against Alessio. Funny that, you know, Alessio got knocked out by a head kick by Abdul, and Buckley got knocked out by Alessio by a head kick. Ha, man. So Alessio knocked out Buckley by a head kick, and Abdul knocked out Alessio by a head kick. Spooky, huh? Oh, man. So for this one here, man, durability, just IQ, I feel Hassan, to me, is probably the better fighter here, man, in my opinion. Face a little more tougher competition too. Even though Buckley, you know, fought Holland and those guys, but like I said, he's not durable, man. You touch him up, you can get knocked out. He fought Logan Sterling in Bellator, that's right. I'm gonna go with Alhassan here for the win. This is a tough one too. This is actually a toss-up because it can go either way. Because both guys come with power, so it just depends on who land. But the durability side of it, I feel Hassan is more durable. I feel Buckley, you touch him, you get flash knockdowns, and sometimes he recover and sometimes he don't. And if Hassan touches him and he gets hurt, Hassan's gonna just keep going at him. So I'm gonna go with Hassan for the win here. And Hassan moved up to 185 because he couldn't make weight. So I say Hassan for KO TKO first round, not confident. Jim Miller versus Nikolas Mota. Jim Miller here, don't need to say too much about Jim Miller. You know, I've been UFC forever. For a long time, from 2008, UFC Fight Night 16. You know, I mean, he's been there for a minute. UFC 124, Charles Oliveira, veteran, and he still got it. You know, against certain guys though. Against Mota, what I noticed, Mota has speed on him. He's quick, and Miller is not that quick anymore. So, I mean, and Motta has been in the UFC, he was on the Brazilian tough. He won one fight and he got submitted. Also was in Contender Series, and he also fought Joe Selecki, who he knocked out Joe Selecki, but then, we can't look on the fights like that. Miller lost to Joe Selecki. It's a tough one too, guys. I could see Miller submitting Motta. It's possible. It's very possible. So this is a toss-up. If I see Miller winning, it's going to be submission in first round. If I see Motta winning, it's going to be KO TKO in the second round. So this one is I had Miller, then I switched to Motta. I keep watching footage, and I noticed that Motta hands, his speed is quick, timing is on point, and Miller is not a quick man. You know what I'm saying? And in his fight against this Jack Pepper, what's this guy name for? Eric, the Ghost Pepper. This guy hurt Miller in the first round, almost took him out. And Ghost Pepper is not really, he's not really a technical dude like that, but he's heavy-handed. But Motta is very technical and quick. Got speed on his side, and the speed, speed produces power. And Miller is not that quick. You know what I'm saying? The punches you don't see coming is the ones that knock you out. Technique you don't see coming is the one that knock you out, and that's the thing. Eventually, you keep fighting, and then you start slowing down. You may have the power, but you don't have the speed. I do say speed produces power, but some guys do carry that power still, but the speed, the technique, you can't see. But I'm gonna go with Motta here, man. I'm gonna say Motta by second round KO TKO, but I can't be confident in this at all. I'm zero confidence in this one. But I'm gonna say Motta by KO TKO, and yeah. That's it, guys. I said Miller can get a submission, so watch out for that one. We got to see the odds in it too. Next fighter, we got Parker Porter versus Alan Baudot. Porter here, striking base. I feel he's a more technical guy here, but more well-rounded, and actually better cardio from what I've seen from him. Against his fights, even against Sherman and Josh Pearson. You look at Alan Baudot, sorry for mispronouncing your name. He wants to strike, and he has heavy hands, but he's wild, man. And against Tom Aspinall, he's like throwing spinning back fists. It's like he's not turning around properly. He's leaving his back, leaving his back to his opponent. He's not completing the spin. He's against Nascimento. You know what I'm saying? He come in there brawling, and he gets tired and gasses out. Now, if he can come in here and then catch Porter and knock him out in the first round, then that's different. Which Baudot does have the speed. I was keep going back and forth on this. I went for Baudot a little bit because the speed advantage. But I keep watching footages and he gets tired. So if he's unable to knock out Porter in the first round, Porter's going to just pepper him up like what Porter did against Sherman. The vanilla gorilla, right? So Baudot is going to have the 4-inch of reach and the 3-inch of height, which is massive. And he does have power, but he gasses out, man. You know what I'm saying? And he has a speed advantage, but I mean, if he's unable to take out Porter in the first round, he's done. Because Porter is gonna have the better cardio from what Porter's shown in all his fights, right? And this is not a short notice fight, so I was back and forth because I feel that if Allen come in here, I can finish the fight real quick, but then that's like Porter is. To me, Porter is a more experienced guy here, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a more experienced guy, man. He even fought John Jones way back in the days, man. Gabriel Gonzalo. You know what I mean? If you look at Allen here, he fought Nascimento and Tom Aspinall and got finished. Then the rest of his fights are like some Japan fights, which guys are 6-11 and 0-0. It's hard to pick him to finish Porter. It's possible he can, but man, I just have no confidence in that. I don't have no confidence in this fight either. 0. But I'm gonna go with Porter, and I'm gonna say Porter by decision, man. All right, but not confident, guys, because Allen could land that one shot. If Porter is there and he get hit, then he can get knocked out in the first round. These are both big guys, man. Okay, next fight here. We got Daukaus versus Pickett. All right, yep. Daukaus versus Jimmy Pickett. Daukaus here, in my opinion, is going to be the more well-rounded guy here. Can take this fight anywhere. His fight against Kevin Holland, even though that was an accidentally headbutt, but it was a non-contest, I felt that if they didn't collide the heads, I felt that Kyle would have won that fight. Because I could see that Holland was fading. After he defended the takedowns, you can tell he was tired already. And you can tell that even his striking, he was getting hit by Kyle. It looked like he just wasn't, I don't know, it's like he wasn't sure about that fight. Like his mind wasn't there. So I felt Kyle would have won the fight, man. In my opinion. I felt Kyle would have ended up even subbing him, which he did, but it was a non-contest by the headbutt. No disrespect to Kevin Holland, I'm just saying, Kevin Holland is also a good fighter. It just felt like Kyle would have eventually won the fight. Pickett here. Jimmy Pickett is a very athletic guy. He's a skilled guy, but he will drop the ball, man. He's mental. Yeah, sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off. He's been winning against Paula and Joseph Holmes, but Holmes is not really a very experienced guy. So he gassed out in the first round, and then Star Paula was too far on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And look at Pickett, he got a long reach advantage. Pickett's gonna have the 4-inch of reach. But man, it's hard to pick Pickett, man. Even though he's a two-fight winning streak, it's still hard to pick him, man, because his ground game, he can get taken down, and Kyle will take him down. And I feel like Kyle will pepper him up on the foot too. Kyle will use his striking to close the distance. I feel Kyle's just a better fighter here. Pickett is a good fighter, who's athletic but mental. I just can't trust that. So I'm gonna go with Kyle here, guys. I'm gonna say Kyle by submission, second round, and it's a confident pick, guys. And Kyle has never been finished. Pickett has been finished before. Really, Pickett been knocked out maybe twice, and no, he's been submitted twice, probably knocked out once. I could be wrong about that. He's been submitted twice and knocked. Yeah, exactly. Still a heavy-handed guy, and he's athletic, but man, it's difficult, to pick him against a guy who is more well-rounded and they can take the fight to the ground. So I'm going with Daukaus for the win. Daukaus by second round submission, guys. Confident in this one. This is probably my only confident play, to be honest with you. Main fight on the card, guys. We're going to take a look at the odds after that. We got here Johnny Walker versus Jamahal Hill. Johnny Walker here, man, is going to have a 3-inch of reach. I don't know if that's right, though. He has an 82-inch reach, because Hill has like a 79 or an 80. And he's going to have the 2-inch of height. So heavy-handed, athletic guy, but he will drop the ball too. When he came out to the UFC, he was looking good. He was getting some wins here, straight wins, Khalil Aronchi against Silva, Justin Ledet, Misha Chernoff. Well, these are quick finishes, But Corey Anderson caught him, then he started declining, and then he had a win against Ryan Spann, but he got hurt in that fight before he got the win. And then Santos, he wasn't really doing anything. He didn't really commit to anything, really. Barely threw anything. His opponent here, Hill, though, Hill is a good prospect, man, and Hill is raw. Hill is just raw power, and his boxing is not bad, and he has a heart, and he will push forward. He will come to fight. The sharper boxing here, the sharper hands is Hill. Don't get me wrong. Walker got punching power too, and Walker got the kicks and the elbows and the knees. But this fight can go either way, guys. Don't get me wrong. Walker can win, but I feel like I'm going for Hill. I feel like Hill is just... I feel Hill is more durable, man. I feel if Walker get touched, I feel Walker can go out. And Hill got raw power, and I feel Hill hands are better. Even though it's MMA... And Walker going to come in there and start throwing leg kicks and throwing head kicks. He's going to fire kicks and fire knees. And I believe in this fight, he's going to be more brave. Against the Santos fight, he was, he didn't want to commit. Maybe he was nervous in that fight. It happens, right? But in this fight, he's going to be more willing to commit in this fight. Now, you're going to see him flying everywhere and then throwing. He's going to look like the original Johnny Walker, right? But the difference is that now he's fighting a guy. Hopefully he doesn't underestimate Hill, because like I said, Hill got power. So if he's there diving in and just doing everything and his chin is there, I feel like Hill can catch him, man. And Johnny Walker been knocked out 3 times, actually. I thought it was 3 times. But he has a punching power, though. He has punching power, so, don't get it twisted. If Hill is up in there coming forward, throwing punches, and then Walker catch him with something, a knee or elbow, Hill could get knocked out, man. So this is a tough one to call, guys. I'm going to go with Hill, though, man, for more of the raw and just the heart, and also the durability. Yes, I'm going for Hill for this one, guys, and I'm not confident because Johnny Walker could win. Because Johnny Walker, he's versatile, man. He can throw knees and elbows, and usually when he ties up in the clinch, he's strong in the clinch, in the tie. You know, when he gets to your back of your head, your back of your neck, you tie up the clinch, the tie hold, and start throwing the knees and elbows, he can catch you from there, man. So, but then the height, he's gonna have a little bit of a height. So, you know, this fight could play. This fight could play out in any way, man. So you gotta be careful with this one. But I'm gonna go with Hill, and I say Hill by KO TKO, guys, in the second round. And I'm not confident in this one because we see Johnny Walker could actually win. You know, they're probably looking at this as like Johnny Walker coming here and they'd be vintage Johnny Walker, because they're giving him a guy like Hill who is not really that much experience. Johnny Walker's a more experienced guy here, you know. So they're probably looking at this like Hill, Johnny Walker's gonna come in here and just destroy Hill, which is possible. Very possible, but Hill been looking freaking damn good though, man. You can't take that away from him. You know, he beat Jimmy Crowd, who was a top guy. He would have beat Paul Craig too, until he went down on the ground with him. He randomly went down on the ground. You know, he didn't have to go to the ground. He beat same pro. He beat this Kitson Brew guy. We went to non-contest. He beat Strader. He beat Alexander Polpek. I mean, the guy's a good veteran, and the guy can fight. He's natural. The guy's a fighter, man, and he has skills. So Hill by KO TKO, and I said it was a second round. Okay, not confident at all. Quick look at the odds here, guys. So we're working with. See some crazy odds now. Batista. Wow. Oh my goodness. The guy's like 400, 365. Do I believe that he can win this fight? Yeah, Perrin. I feel like Murray is a way better fighter here. But 300 is too high, man. But still be careful. But I feel Mario should win, man. Chad and Jesse. Nah, this is off. This fight here is even to me. Because Jesse Strader is a straightforward guy, and he throws heavy. And Chad is a more better IQ, but not at 250. Coming off the Contender Series. This fight is an even fight, guys. Be careful with this one. I disagree with the odds for Chad. He's too damn high. Jonathan Pearce, 400. Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod is, damn. Pearce is high as hell. I believe it's a short notice for Christian Rodriguez too. I believe Pearce should win this fight, but don't sleep on Christian or C-Rod, because he has skills, man. He's a pretty good prospect. He's a good prospect here. I'll be very careful with this one, guys. I do believe that Jonathan Pearce should win, though, but I feel it's just the odds is so high. The odds is so high, man. But I feel Jonathan Pearce should win. There's more experience and the ground. But still be careful. Belbiţă and Paula. Yeah, this is even fight. I agree. Belbiţă a little bit favorite slightly, but it's even. Yeah, I don't disagree with this one. Skelly and Mark. Skelly 200 and something. Really, I don't really disagree with that. But still be careful, because Mark has a lot of submissions, and Skelly is going to take the fight to the ground. So, careful. You could lock up a leg, knee, you never know. It's possible, man. Skelly got long limbs too. Yeah, so I do believe he should win, but be careful. Rose 165, 185. I'll be careful with this one, guys. I feel this was a close to even. I edge it to Clark, but it's very, very close to even fight, man. Because Edgar has a judo, and if she's able to neutralize the takedowns and go for throws, you know, she could pull off a win here. So be very, very, very careful. Onama and Benitez. Yeah, they got Onama is 170. Damn. Just like I was thinking or saying, or what I've seen from the footage in the video I watched. Yeah, Onama. I feel like he's a favorite, but I feel like he's a little too high, because Benitez is more experienced here. But like I said, durability. So I really don't disagree with Onama winning, but I feel like the odds is a little bit too high. Could be a little closer fight, man. Because Benitez has a chance. He's an experienced guy. He's a veteran guy. You never sleep on the veterans, man. So be careful, guys. I mean, Benitez could win the fight, though. He could get a submission in this fight. But be careful. Be careful. But I feel Onama should win, but the odds are a little bit slightly too high. Should be close to even. Buckley and Alhassan. I got Buckley as a favorite here. Wow. I mean, I'm liking Alhassan for the win. I feel Alhassan has a better fight IQ. I feel Alhassan is more durable too. I mean, the person that's going to get hit and get knocked out is most likely going to be Buckley. Because 2 guys pack power. I'll be careful. Got Buckley favorite, but I mean, underdog is Alhassan, so hey. You know, I have Alhassan winning. Miller and Motta. Whoa, Motta is wow. Nah, I disagree with this one. I like Motta and I did pick Motta, but when I see this now, they got Miller such off tin. And, you know, the Miller and the Benitez, be very careful when you see things like this. You know, Motta, as I said, the quicker guy here, better hands, but the ground game, man, and Miller is a veteran, dude. Just, you know, it just, if it's anything this fight, I would think that these fights would be more even. That's what I see in my mind. You know, I wouldn't have Miller as a freaking underdog like that, because Miller is still a good fighter and he's still pulling off wins. You know, and as I said, Motta is a speed. I'm looking at more the speed and the punching power here, and Miller can get hurt. But then what happened if Miller doesn't get hurt? And Motta slows down, and Miller start to work the takedowns. Or Miller even knocked out Motta because Motta is tired. You see I'm saying? Because that's all an experience. As longer the longer the fight goes, that's when the experience is going to kick in. Be very careful, man. When I see this now, like I said, the odds will tell you something, you know. I don't like to look at the odds when I'm breaking down my fights because it's more real to me to see, you know, who I feel is really going to win, or, you know, yeah, you know, is really going to win in my mind, who I feel. You know what I'm saying, based off skills. But when I look at the odds, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So be very careful with this one, guys. Porter Park, man. Parker Porter is too freaking high, dude. And the reason why I say that he's too high, because Allen has the speed advantage and he does has the power, but he's good for maybe first or second round. If he can catch Porter in the first round, then that's it. So Porter being 290, nah, man. This is, I have Porter winning, but it should be more of a close to even fight. Both guys, I would even say even, just strictly even, because Allen has the speed. Even though I feel Parker Porter is a more experienced guy and he can take the fight longer, similar to the Miller and the Motta. But then what happened if you know what I'm saying, if Porter gets knocked out in the first round, it's over. And that's the thing. So be careful with this one, man. Very, very careful. You see, guys, I may not be able to give you all, you know, the predictions completely right all the time, because that's just part of the game, man. I mean, you know, like what Kai Shepard said, you know, it's like, you win some, you lose some, but I can at least kind of give you like a vision to where I can lead you to the water. You know, like it's like you lead a horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink it. But I could like say, you know, hey man, you know, the Parker Porter, I have him winning, but be freaking careful with that one because Allen could win just by the odds. Same thing with the Miller. I have Motta winning, but Miller can win. Same thing with the Onama and Benitez. I like Onama, but Benitez can win based off the odds. All right, so be careful with that one, guys. Jimmy Pickett and Daukaus. Man, Daukaus is like 300 and something. You know, this one, I think Kyle is a little too high too, because Jimmy Pickett is you know, the guy is skilled, man, but he just dropped the ball, and then dealing with Daukaus, who has, you know, he has a lot of tools. He has a grown, you know, BJJ black belt, can take the fight anywhere, and his striking is not bad. But 300 I feel is too high, but I feel like he should win. I feel more confident in him than, you know, the Parker Porter and like the Miller and stuff like that. So, but still, that doesn't mean that he can't lose. But I would still be careful with it. Jamahal Hill and Johnny Walker. Oh, they got Jamahal Hill, massive of hell. I disagree with this one, man. And the reasons for that is just that, you know, it's a 5-round fight. Walker is still explosive. Walker is very explosive, and once you get into the clinch, into the tie, and he grab your back of your head, pull you down, get a tie clinch on you, and he start throwing elbows and knees. Some of the guys struggle with that. They struggle with that, you know. I mean, Hill could come up the top and catch him, but still they struggle with that. And when you start throwing the knees in the pocket and elbow, because that's what he's good at. That is where he really shine at. On the outside, you may think that because it's the reach, but not really, because he doesn't really have the boxing like that. He's more explosive, like a technician kind of guy. Hill is more of a fighter that would just throw down. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what range it's at, he will just throw down with you. But Walker needs more of the inside and more of the long range Okay, Hill wants Johnny Walker wants the inside more to tie up, but not to box. He ties up to throw elbows and knees, then he pushes off, then he uses range from the outside now to throw that one hitter quitter. It could be the head kick, it could be the flying knee from a distance. But he's not really like a guy that's gonna throw down with boxing. Hill would throw down like that. So for Hill to be like 235 is crazy, because then this fight can go either way. I mean, if Walker freaking fly knee him, I mean, your face ain't meant to get hit with a knee, man, or a punch or elbow. You get knocked out. So this fight here is an even fight. I do like Hill for the win, but it's an even fight now. That's why I say the odds will tell you something, man. But I don't like to look at the odds, you know, and then break my fight zone. I like to break my fight zone first. Then I take a look at the odds after. So the fights that I disagree with, guys, I'm gonna pick the ones that I really disagree with. The other ones that I'm not, that I'm kind of, the guys may win. I'm just gonna leave those alone. The Chad and Jesse, be careful with that one, man, because Strader could pull off a win right there. Believe me, be careful with that one. The Belbiţă and the Paula, that's just even. So yeah, that's it. Clark and Edgar, I feel like Edgar could get a win here, man. So be very, very freaking careful. This is the second one to be careful with. Onama and Benitez, be careful. So that's 3 already. Be careful. The Buckley and Abdul, I have Abdul winning, and then he's an underdog. So I mean, I could say be careful picking Buckley. I mean, I got Allen winning. So if you guys go for Allen, then Allison's gonna win, right? So that's just it. That's an underdog. So the cash out is gonna be better. So it's a good, because it's gonna be an underdog pick. Motta and Miller, be careful with that one. Be careful with that one, because this is one of the biggest ones to be careful with. I feel Miller can get the win on that one, man. So remember, you know, when we look at the fights and we're picking fights here, you know, it's not all the times we see favorites come in. A lot of times the dogs are hit. It's the dogs that are cashing out. So, you know, if you're picking a fight card and you see just all favorites coming in, you know something is wrong. Some cards you may see with a lot of favorites winning, but you hardly see those. You more see the dogs hitting. So we could see a card like this: Miller win, Allen win, Johnny Walker win, Benitez win, Stephen Edgar win, and that's it. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the hidden. It's like the odds are the way how these odds here are jacked up. This fight should be more of an even fight on this card. Yeah, and also next fight here to look out for Parker Porter and Allen. Careful with that one too. That's also our next one. And the Hill and Walker, be careful with that one too. And that one, so the Hill and Walker, Parker Porter, Jim Miller, the Benitez and Onama, Clark and Edgar, and Chad and Jesse. Yeah, be careful with those fights, man. That's about it, guys. I may drop the Bellator, not sure yet, but if I do, it's gonna be like maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes long or less. I'm just gonna say this guy win, this guy win, this guy, this guy, this guy's guy. I'm gonna tell you how they win, and that's it. I'm not gonna go through a breakdown. It's gonna be real quick. Could be only like 10 fights or 9 fights. All right, because I don't really have on my channel. I don't really have I forgot what they call it now, where you can just post your notes and you can see all the writings, because my channel is kind of new, so I haven't, you know, really unlocked that part yet. So I need to get like more subscribers and stuff like that before I can unlock that. I forgot what they call that though, is where you can, you know, you can leave like your pictures and like you write your comments at the bottom or something like that. But one love out to everybody. Enough respect to Kai Shepherd and all my subscribers and all the guys that, you know, leave all the donations and all the love on my channel and all the comments and all the motivation to keep going, and I really appreciate that. And you guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody, and